Wow, this lighting is on point, bro.
Get out of my head.
Hi guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about social anxiety, which is something that I've been dealing with for about 10 years now probably, and it's kind of fucked up my life. So I kind of just wanted to make a video about it. I wanted, people to talk in the comments if they want, and I don't know. I just have never really shared my experience on this channel, and so I was like, you know what? I'll just fucking talk about it. It's a big part of my life, unfortunately. It's something that I deal with every single day, and I wish I could just snap my fingers and have it leave, but I don't think it ever will. I've watched so many videos on how to overcome social anxiety, how to deal with it, and like watched all these tip videos on how to get rid of it. And you do these things to try to get rid of it, and you feel better for like a little while after you do something hard. Like, for example, I'm a photographer. And so when I go on random photo shoots with strangers, it's really hard for me. I honestly get like the anxiety shits like 3 times before I go. I know, too much information, I'm sorry. And I just have like this sick feeling in my body, like they're gonna judge me, or I'm gonna embarrass myself, or they're not gonna like me, or I'm not gonna be confident enough to, pose them or whatever. But you do these hard things and you feel so good after, and you're like, oh my God, like if I just keep doing these difficult things, like it'll go away, like I'm feeling good about it, like I'm overcoming my fears and I'm taking the steps that I need to. But it's never permanent, it always comes back no matter what. And so it makes me think that like, yeah, it can get better and you can like slowly build up your confidence to a certain point. I feel like I've done enough hard things at this point that you would think that my social anxiety is gone. I have gone to job interviews, I've worked different jobs, given presentations, I've met strangers, I've gone on Tinder dates, just like all these stupid little things. I've gone to like parties and social gatherings, and like you would think that at this point like I would be okay with socializing. Particularly strangers and going to like the grocery store and dumb shit. Like those type of things really give me anxiety. But no, it's still an issue. I'm 23 years old, and when I was younger, I thought that at this point, like I'm gonna be confident, I will be successful, like I'm just gonna be like in a good place, mentally. And it's definitely gotten better, but I don't think my social anxiety is gonna go away anytime soon. And me and my boyfriend were talking about this the other day, like anxiety and, things that are mostly like mental problems that you have to deal with every day. It's not so much about fixing it, it's more so just trying to learn to live with it and cope with it. It really sucks. If I had to pinpoint a time that I think my social anxiety started, it would probably be when I was like 13. At this point in my life, my dad had been divorced twice, and he was getting married again for the 3rd time, and so we moved to Utah. So I grew up in Arizona, which is actually where I'm currently living. If you guys watch my other videos, you know that I just barely moved back to Arizona after 10 years. And so, yeah, moving to Utah was really hard on me. Growing up, like, as a kid, I was like, honestly, there was like a point where I was known as like the class clown, and like when the teacher walked out of the room, I would like do funny shit, you know what I mean? And like I liked the attention. I don't know how it all changed. I think just moving to a place where it was just like a different culture, the people are a little bit different. I didn't have friends suddenly. Like I had always had friends growing up when I was a kid, and like I never had to like make friends. I never tried. Like people just talked to me, I talked to them. Like I had friends, and suddenly all that was taken away. All my friends and my family were just basically gone. And the only person I really had was my sister. She was like the only one that I was close with. And so I remember being in 9th grade. So this was like the 2nd year that I was living in Utah. I was in 9th grade, and I was giving a presentation in my history class, and my teacher's name was Mr. Kofed. fuck you, Mr. Kofed. But yeah, basically we were told to do presentations on like certain areas in the world or something, and I think I was doing mine on like France or something like that. And first of all, I did not finish my presentation. Apparently we were supposed to bring like a poster board with like all this shit on it. All I had was a little piece of paper with like information about France that I just wrote from Wikipedia. So we were like in groups, and I was the only person in my group that didn't have a poster. And I started giving my presentation. I think I was the last one. And I just started reading my paper. And my teacher got up and he stopped me. And he was like, I don't even want to hear the rest of this. He's like, you just copy and pasted this all last night. You weren't even prepared, blah, blah, blah. The class started laughing at me, and I was like so humiliated. It was like one of the most embarrassing things I can ever think of like happening, especially being like the new kid. It was literally like a new school, because I went to a different school the year before, even though I was still in Utah. So I was like the new kid in 9th grade, whatever, and like everybody was friends and people were laughing at me, and it was just like so embarrassing. And he was like, sit down, I don't want to hear the rest of it, whatever. And he took my paper and like crinkled it up in a ball and like threw it in the trash or whatever. And it was so humiliating, and I think that that really fucked me up. And like I saw a tweet the other day on Twitter actually, and it was like, why did teachers humiliate the students so often? Like it was like, that shit's fucked up, or said something like that. And like I always think about like the cause of my social anxiety, and I think that was like a big thing. You know, I didn't have friends, I didn't have anyone to lean on. I felt completely alone, completely embarrassed, and I think that that was like the source of all this. And I guess I was like mildly bullied. Like people would like make fun of like my clothes and stuff that I wore. And I think another thing is like, I'm such a people pleaser. Since I didn't have any friends, I was overly nice to everyone, and I wanted to make friends so badly. I used to be very religious. At this time, I was like a Mormon, and I was like a religious kid. And so every night before bed, I would pray that I would make friends at school, or like at least one friend. And that's pretty sad. And so yeah, people would bully me, and I think that since I was so nice to everyone, people saw that as like a weakness. And you know, when people start saying shit to you and you kind of just laugh it off, people take it as like, oh, this kid can like take shit. And so people kind of start bullying you. People start saying rude things to you and like pick fun at you, you know? And me having no friends, like I just thought, I don't have friends, like I should just laugh it off because I want to make friends, you know? I want these people to like me. And even if they're saying rude things, I'm just gonna be like a happy person, because, you know, if you're happy and like just funny, like why would people hate you, you know? And I guess I was like naive. People are fucking cruel. Like people don't give a shit about your feelings. And like I'm a Pisces, I'm very emotional, okay? And so yeah, every night I would go home and think about all these things people said to me, or like, you know, just random shit. And it was really hard for me. And I think this caused me to have like really bad, like I had really low confidence due to all of this. And then my social anxiety started, and I started like being so scared to be called on like in class. You know, when the teacher like will randomly call names, or it got so bad to the point where I hated my voice. Even like with my family, if I was just hanging out with like my family and like my step siblings and stuff, like I didn't really feel totally comfortable talking because I hated my voice. I hated speaking. I was very harsh on myself. I was like, something must be wrong with me. Like people don't like me at school. I don't have friends. Like, I wasn't very close with my family. I was like, something's wrong with me, you know? And so I would just like try to be quiet. Just like I don't know why. It was just weird. And I remember like when the teachers would take attendance and you had to say here, I would like mentally prepare. I knew exactly when they were gonna like call my name out for me to say here, and like I would like mentally prepare myself. And it sucks because I still do those types of things. It's definitely gotten better. I think something that helped me was making some true friends. Like when I got to high school, I started making a few friends that I really connected with, related with, and I could, you know, like talk to them about like my problems and like my secrets and all that. And I feel like having a friend for a change, like that helped my confidence so much. And it's gotten a lot better over the years, but there's still things like going to the grocery store by myself, or I really love fitness and shit, but the first time I ever went to a gym, like I was so nervous that people would judge me, that I wasn't like this buff guy and everybody at the gym was like in shape, you know. I was like scared of that. I was scared of getting judged, and I think everybody has that fear to some degree. You kind of just think about it like you're insecure about certain things, you know. But I think that's really what causes like anxiety or social anxiety, is you're so scared to be like scrutinized for something, or that you'll embarrass yourself. And I think it's like us people that have done really embarrassing things that have anxiety like that. I don't know, it's really interesting. But, you know, I think something that's helped me is to do things like independently, do things on my own, going to the gym by myself now. Like I built up like a confidence to do that, even though like sometimes it's still hard for me. And like, I think that's like the best thing we can do, is just kind of like go balls out and just do the shit that you're scared to do. And I guess start off slowly. When I walk into like a room, I try not to just like be on my phone. It's hard because that's like a comfort thing. You just like go to your phone, pretend like you're busy or something so people don't talk to you. And it makes you like seem unapproachable and stuff, you know? So I've been trying to like walk into a room with my head up, like my chin parallel to the floor, you know? But it's crazy, and it fucks me up. Like it keeps me from doing like basic things. And so I guess if you're struggling with it, I guess the best advice I can give to you, as someone who's been dealing with this for 10 years and kind of overcome it a little bit, I think the best thing to do is just like do the things that make you uncomfortable. Do something that scares you every day. Like something for me is like, if you do something that scares you, I have like a list in my phone of like shit that I've done, like hard shit, like coming out of the closet. I started working out by myself, which was like really hard for me. I met Rizvan, my boyfriend. I like went on a bunch of Tinder dates. Like I've done all these hard things, but like I don't know what it is like mentally. If something new like that comes up, something hard, even if you've like already kind of done it in a different way, you still stress yourself out. So I kind of like to go to like that list in my phone sometimes when I'm about to like do something that is like stressing me out and causing me to have anxiety, and kind of just like read it over, like, okay, I've done this, like I can do this, you know what I mean? I can accomplish the shit that I need to. You just gotta mentally prepare for it, but don't overthink it. Anyway, that's just my advice. I honestly just wanted to rant a little bit. I hope you guys like this video. If you want me to talk about my mental struggles even more, bitch, I have other ones too. So let me know in the comments if you guys struggle with this, or if you want more videos like this. And yeah, have a good day, stay safe, wear a fucking mask, because I want this quarantine shit to be over, okay? Have a good day.